right, welcome back to the pod. This is the NRS Northridge Sports Podcast, and we're on to episode 3. Episode 1, I did a little GOAT debate. Episode 2, talked about my playoff predictions. And episode 3, I got a guest with me, and we're going to do some variety questions and just talk about just different subjects within NBA. So,
Yeah.
Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Right now, my name is Dominique. I'm a big sports fan, mainly basketball, football. I do like combat sports. I'm more so into boxing. I like boxing a lot, so I'm knowledgeable on that. Obviously, the NBA and the NFL, and that's what I like to do. And we are. Mike is the founder of the Northridge Sports. I wouldn't be considered co-founder right now. I'm just a guest, So, we like to discuss ideas and get certain conversations going and go from there and just kind of have debates. You know what I mean on what we think. So.
Yeah. So definitely, man. I like to talk sports. And I'm hoping I can get a regular on the show with me, as well as just regular guests that I can go back and forth with and talk sports. We can have debates, if it comes to it, and just discuss different questions and sports topics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
moving forward, actually, it'll more than likely it'll be me and him. We have a few other guys that we want to bring in. But more than likely, every episode will be me and Mike, right here on the north side of Milwaukee. You know what I mean? Discussing our playoff predictions, discussing our debate conversations about who's the best right now, who's the face of the league, and certain things like that, man. So, yeah,
we're gonna go ahead and get into it. We got a few questions apiece. I'm gonna let Dom start off with his first question. I'm gonna answer, and then we'll kind of discuss it, and we'll go back and forth, taking turns asking our questions that we got for this episode. So go ahead, man.
With Boston being the defending champions, I think there's a lot of great players on that team. There's always been a debate pretty much since, they've been there the last 5 years, but the debate is who is a better basketball player, whether it be Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown. Me personally, I think it's Jason Tatum. And I have reasons why. We can discuss those later. Mm-hmm. I think Jaylen Brown is a dog as well. I think their skill levels are essentially very, very close. But I personally give it to Tatum. I would personally give it to Tatum. They're almost tied in tie, man, to me. You know what I mean? Even off the court, Jaylen Brown is very intelligent, type of guy. And then, on the court, he's obviously extremely skilled. So, I think he had a better series when they beat Dallas last year. So I think that's why Jaylen Brown got the nod for the
Finals MVP. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, man, my thoughts on it. For starters, both of them are a really good duo in the league. They got a really good team around them. Yeah. A lot of good role players, strong at each position. I think the addition of Kristaps Porzingis, adding Drew Holiday.
When he's healthy, yeah.
They got a really, really strong team. It'd be tough to beat because of the depth and the strength at all the positions. But for sure, the two best players, I believe, are Tatum and Brown. Mm-hmm. And for different reasons. I think they both got their own, mm-hmm. skill sets or whatever.
Style of play, for sure.
But I'll say this. I do feel like it's a little bit of a media agenda, maybe to stir up some drama, to have a talking point. But I definitely feel like the media tries to pit them against each other a little bit and
they do, for sure.
And kind of split the team up. Because you notice the questions and the topics that are put out in the media, as well as like the stuff that they talk with the two of them, like almost like it kind of trying to create a little division.
When they lost against Golden State that year, they were supposed to win per media, but I thought it was going to be a good series, but when they lost, you could tell people were saying, oh, this team needs to break up. Oh, they only got a few years. JT, maybe he might want to go somewhere else, but no, they stuck it out because I think what I will give those guys credit for is they both have integrity and they both have, they believe in themselves and they work well together and they don't let that outside media get in. You know what I mean? So I like and respect that from them. So for sure.
For sure, man. So the comparison to me that I have of Jason Tatum, which by the way, I do feel like Tatum and Brown are near equal.
Yes.
You know, in overall skill.
Yeah.
I do think Tatum is just that little bit better, and he's the leader of the team. He's been pretty much the face of that franchise for a little while. But to me, like Tatum has two players, and I know these is just two all-time greats that you can pick from. But to me, he has two players that he tends to play like. Some games it's a little more of one that you see, and some games it's a little more the other.
I'm gonna guess one.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say Kobe.
Yep, you got that right.
Sure.
Yep.
he definitely will channel, and then too he doesn't show a lot of emotion on the court. Kobe did. Kobe showed emotion on the court, but when it comes to his poise and then his what? Oh yeah, you think. Yeah, you know what I mean. He gets busy like that. The other one, I think that he plays like. We talking all the time?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not sure. I know he. Growing up in St. Louis, I'm not sure.
Well, okay. So definitely Kobe, and one of those reasons is because if you remember, he trained with Kobe when Kobe was still alive.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? I think shortly after Kobe retired, I think that's when it was.
Well, he was training with Kobe, or Kobe was training with him and Giannis actually.
Okay.
Kobe traded with Giannis, yeah.
But similar to like Devin Booker. Like Kobe had a huge influence and impact on Devin Booker and Jason Tatum's game. Mm-hmm. If you notice, they're shooters. They're very offensive minded. You know what I'm saying? They'll pretty much attack game after game, looking to score and put up high numbers. They have a little bit of that Kobe gene in them in the way that they approach the basketball court. But besides Kobe, I really feel like Tatum doesn't get enough credit for this. But he actually has a bit of LeBron in his game.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think he looked up to LeBron as well.
Yeah.
Coming into the league, and being that LeBron still played as Tatum is coming into the league, he became a little bit of a rival because Tatum started in the East, LeBron was still in the East, and he really wanted to go at him. And
given that, what was that? That wasn't the conference finals, but when he did that dunk on him when he played in Miami. Mm-hmm. He kind of did that dunk with a chest bump.
Well, no, he was with Cleveland. When Tatum dunked
him? Actually was Cleveland. Yeah, it was Cleveland.
Yeah.
Was it? It was his last run with Cleveland. It was. I thought it was in Miami. No, it was Cleveland. Yeah. They ended up losing the series, but it was.
But man, they gave him one heck of a battle though. For a young team like that.
Yeah, I think he might have been a rookie that year.
But in my opinion, Tatum does a lot on the court all around. Yeah. Like LeBron's one of those guys that he's gonna put up numbers, but he's also gonna grab a lot of rebounds, get a lot of assists. He's gonna fill up the stat sheet. And Tatum might not be like leading the league in triple doubles, but he consistently gets a lot of rebounds, a lot of assists.
Yeah.
And some of their best games, where the Celtics are, seemingly unstoppable, is when he goes in more of a LeBron mode. Yeah. And looks to really help out the entire team, facilitate, and all that kind of stuff. So
making passes to Horford, getting threes, making passes to forget the guy name. What's the guy name? The shorter guy.
White dude. Derek White?
No, Derek White. He's good with defense. He's hitting Derek White with the defense.
Peyton Pritchard or something.
I think it is Peyton.
Okay.
Yeah, him with Derek White and with Drew Holiday, man. you know, they locking some stuff down. You know what I'm saying? They locking stuff down.
You got a good team around him. But yeah, so I feel like when he goes into Kobe mode, it's kind of 50-50. Some games he puts up high numbers and they come out on top.
Yeah.
Other games, if he's really off, has a poor shooting night, that's when they team struggles.
Yeah.
You got enough players to support.
I was gonna say sometimes he has struggling shooting nights, and Jaylen
they
Brown might put up 28, 29, 30, and you'd be like, okay, he knew what to do.
That's the strength of like a good supporting cast around you.
Yeah, I think they. You know, as a Milwaukee fan, I don't know if they get past us, but you know, I think they right there.
Yeah, they gonna be tough to beat, man. Yeah. I mean, I obviously we Bucks fans, so I do hope that we can prevail, but that's gonna be tough. I see that team as like a tough team to beat right now, but
people saying Cleveland getting there too, but we'll see on the 7-game series with Cleveland. So.
Jaylen Brown, on the other hand, I believe like he's just a really good two-way player. The one thing like Tatum lacks a little bit, I think, is defense. Whereas Jaylen Brown really does a really good job on the defensive end. He'll play really hard and tough hustle basketball on both ends of the court, on the offensive end and on the defensive end.
Yeah.
And so, you know, having that type of player that can put up big numbers, you know, and can defend the best player on the other team, like, I think that's what gave him the nod on that, you know, finals MVP. You know what I'm saying?
Drew Holiday was getting off too. Actually, Drew Holiday was really getting off. And he was taking some of the load, the defensive load, I think, off of Jaylen Brown. Like, going back on it, I mean, I think Dallas just didn't have enough chemistry at the time. They had enough chemistry to make it, but I just don't think they had enough pieces and chemistry to beat that team that had been there 3 and 4 times, because they didn't been with each other for a while. I think this might be Al Horford's last year. You know what I mean?
He getting up there for sure.
And like, what game was it? Game 2? Pringus came in and KP came in, and bro, what did he do? Like, I think 2 threes. I think he dropped like 15 points, 20 points.
Peyton Pritchard.
Huh?
Peyton Pritchard, you said?
No, KP.
Oh, yeah, Chris Stapps. Yeah, Chris Stapps is.
Yeah.
He's good because one, his height is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? He tall at the position.
He's got that 3.
And he's very versatile offensively for sure.
Yeah. So he definitely made a big difference in that game.
So ready for
the next topic.
So I got the next one. So I was saying, I did the podcast saying who I believe is the greatest of all time. So kind of piggybacking off of that, I want to get your take and just ask you a question. Who you think is like the top 5 best players of all time? So obviously you got to give a GOAT opinion.
I'll give a
one through 5.
I do top 5 for sure.
And then as a second question, what's your top 5 favorite players? And you could answer whichever one you want first.
They're gonna be. I mean, if my top 5 favorite athletes, it would be a whole category. But as far as basketball, my top 5 favorite players of all time. One, I'm going with Shaquille O'Neal.
Okay.
I'm not saying he's number 1.
But favorites.
But my
Shaq is a favorite.
Shaq is a favorite. LeBron James is a huge favorite.
Okay.
I like LeBron James. Another huge favorite is Kobe Bryant, and I'll just give a quick reason why. Is because he had a killer instinct. He didn't care who you were on the court. He was out there to compete, and he's the ultimate competitor. Another one, which you know, I don't know if it's unpopular or what. He didn't get a chip, but Tracy McGrady. He was a complete dog on the court. A lot of people don't know this. Him and Kobe actually went at each other a lot because they both were skilled and good enough. You know what I mean? I think they spent time together a lot off film and stuff like that. And he is one of my favorite players. This one is difficult because it's like I acknowledge Michael Jordan as one of the best players of all time. If not, he's top 3, top 2. Uh, so I have to give it to him. He wouldn't be my favorite player of all time, but I would have to give it to those 5. I kind of almost want to like put Magic before him, but it's Jordan. You know what I mean? So it's like, and I'm thinking also about my era. My era.
You was born in Illinois, so but you still.
Yeah. I mean, well, I liked AI more than I liked Jordan. To be honest, you know what I mean. I love.
Well, I mean, with your favorites, you can put whoever you want in there.
Yeah, well, that was who I think is the best players. Now I can go with my favorites.
Oh, that was your best favorites.
That was who I think are the best players. Like,
in no particular order, or if you have to rank them.
If I have to rank them, LeBron, Kobe, Shaq, T-Mac, and this is my favorite, right?
Well, I didn't know which one. I thought you was doing favorite first, but you doing greatest.
Oh, I'm doing greatest. Okay, well, all right. If I'm doing greatest, all right. Right now I'm doing greatest. So I did my favorite.
Okay.
I shouldn't even threw Jordan in there. I want to take Jordan out my favorite and put AI.
Put AI. Okay.
So, but the greatest, MJ, LBJ, Kobe, Shaquille O'Neal, and man, I like Bill Russell. I like Bill, but I'm gonna have to say, I'm gonna have to say Magic, man.
Magic 5.
Yeah,
Okay.
Magic. I'm gonna have to say Magic.
Those,
and I've never been a fan of I've been a fan of players, like, but I've never been a fan of the big guys. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like not a fan. I've never been super impressed. In fact, the guys that I'm impressed with big guys, I'm talking 6'11" to 7 foot.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously Shaq, Giannis Antetokounmpo. You have Kareem in there. You have actually KD in there, especially being skilled the way he is. You know what I mean? And being that big.
I don't know what he listed as, but he's probably 7 foot ball close to.
Yeah, and then when it's all said and done, bro, the Joker is gonna be. He's gonna go down like as one of those guys. So
like multiple time MVP already. Might win another one.
You know what
I'm saying? Got a chip, just one, but I mean you can see him being in that hunt and race for being right up there for another chip. So
and I think when it's all said and done, he just looks at the game a different way, man. He looks at the game a different way, with his passes, with his just ability to read the court.
A big man like that could put up high assist numbers too. Like his numbers are gonna be crazy, for sure.
They already are crazy. I mean, I think they said he was 79% when he get a triple double, they win.
Oh yeah.
Like, so, you know what I mean? So he's good, man. Tracy McGrady, I wish his career would have went further than it did, man.
He one of the ones that didn't get a chip.
He didn't get a chip, but not even that. But he was having injuries and then stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, like guys like him, guys like Penny Hardaway too, who just excellent basketball players. I mean, I didn't watch a lot of old basketball. I did growing up, but like I didn't appreciate it then. But like those boys in Detroit was nice too, man. Like Isaiah Thomas.
Oh yeah, the old school Pistons.
Bad boys. Bad boys. Like they. So.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give my little follow up answer. So I mentioned who I think is the GOAT. I think it's Jordan, and I gave a little breakdown, but it's like razor thin between Jordan and LeBron. And there's been times where I didn't pick LeBron over Jordan, but going back and forth and thinking about it, man, it's just Jordan got that little bit more. really what LeBron has, in my opinion, is the longevity. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's more than that. But go ahead.
Because if you were to if you were to and what's crazy about this is like you can't really do hypotheticals. You gotta like take it for what it is.
Yeah.
So for what it is, like Jordan played X number of seasons, LeBron's still playing. He done played 22, still going. But
who's to say that if Jordan was still going, he could still be effective as LeBron is? Who's to say that?
Well, even if his numbers took a dip, which it did when he played with the Wizards, but he was still around like 20 points a game, and he was still had like crazy games where he put up 30, 40. I don't know if he had a 50 piece, but he had some crazy numbers.
Maybe not in Wizards, but he had a couple 50 piece. Yeah, and when he played for the Bulls.
No, for the Wizards, he still had like a 40-point game before with the Wizards. So obviously it wasn't every night. His his age was already slowing him down or whatever. But I also look at the windows of time where he retired. This dude in the midst of like his prime, at his peak, when people were already crowning him the greatest ever. He only had 3 championships, a three-peat, and then went and retired. Was gone for a whole year. Came back at the tail end of the second year he was gonna be off. He was gonna be off just the whole another year. Came back at the very end just before the playoffs. And so that's 2 years in his prime where he was off. And then LeBron's been very durable, ain't suffered a whole bunch of injuries.
LeBron?
Yeah, I mean, just right at the tail end of his career, but but they've been minor compared to a lot of other players. When they get injured, they injured. They gone for a while. LeBron ain't never missed too much time. Jordan, I think it was his second season in the NBA. He missed almost an entire year. You know what I mean? And he was on fire right out the gate. Season 1. You know what I mean?
87. Yeah, 87.
Yeah. And so and then he retired the second time after a three-peat. He won 3 champions at the end of the 90s, won 3 championships, and then retired right after that, and then was gone for like 2 years or something before he came back with the Wizards. So it's like he was so phenomenal of a player. His peak, he has a peak that ain't nobody touched, in my opinion. You could say Wilt up there.
Yeah.
If you wanna.
I feel like not to discredit those guys from the old school, but it's just a different game back then. It was a different game. It was a different game. You got a Wilt or you got a Kareem, and you got nobody who can stop them because who's taller than these guys? You know what I mean? And guys aren't blocking them. Guys are scared. They're intimidated. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But I think it was a different game back then, and so that's why I think Michael Jordan came in the '80s. And he was able to I think he had just his awareness of like, I can do this, like, okay, cool, you big, okay, I'll step back, you got me, I do a fadeaway and get you, you know what I mean? Like you were saying, points per game. I do think LeBron James could have put up a lot of points per game, but I think that's never been his real style. That's never been his style of play. He just kind of like a team player, and he's the type of guy that he's like, you know what, fuck man. And he always wanted shooters around him, even early in Cleveland, even when he was in Miami. Oh shit, I ain't hitting tonight. Mike Miller, Mike Miller automatic. You know what I mean? I ain't hitting tonight. Let me give it to Ray. Ray gonna hit that. You know what I mean? And I don't think he cared to take those points. I think I don't care who it is. Like, even Shaq, in order to stop him at the rim, you're gonna have to follow him. You can't. You're not gonna stop him at the rim. Like, especially if he's coming full speed, you're either getting dunked on or So that's why I think LeBron. I mean, it depends on how we're talking about dominance. Like what? Because Jordan dominated and LeBron dominated. People will argue Jordan did more because his willpower to win, and he wanted to win games. He wanted to win games more than he wanted to get his team involved. He wanted to win games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think LeBron want to win games too, but I think he does it with kind of like, he does it with, he wants to get his team involved. So yeah.
So,
but I was gonna say the biggest difference I think in their game, and I think it shows on the court and off the court, is LeBron is can be selfless until he's pushed and poked, because then when he's pushed and poked, he turns into a monster a little bit. You know what I mean? Jordan, I think, could be selfish, but I don't think he has to be. His motivation just comes from wanting to be the best and wanting to go out there and dominate and play his best every single year.
Yeah.
And like he was also saying too, like, they try to come at him. Oh, he's only this way or that way. Well, he got a defensive player of the year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously scoring titles, but he got a defensive player of the year. There's not a lot of guys that are, guards getting defensive players of the year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're not.
And then the number of like all-time all defense selections and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like he got I think 10 of them, something like that.
Yeah, 8 or 10, something like that. Yeah, I don't know the stats in front of me, but he definitely was that, man. He definitely was that.
So I want to say this. So I break down 4 categories that I think qualifies you in like the greatest of all time conversation.
Okay.
And when you compare players' careers, their record, their career on paper, player to player, I think there's 4 things that you kind of got to look at. Number 1, I have to say championships. Now, I know some people say that's like the end-all, be-all. I don't think it is. I think it's just a fourth of the pie. You know what I'm saying? It's just a fourth of the equation, so to speak. To me,
I disagree.
To me, I feel like you can't be
the greatest.
You can't be considered the greatest when we looking at your career, when we looking at your resume, and you never got a championship.
They be trying to say
you might be a great player.
They be trying to say Barkley is a great player, but you can't be considered the greatest.
I'm a big Carmelo Anthony fan.
Man, I'm a huge Carmelo.
You was mentioning T-Mac. T-Mac was great.
Yeah.
He was a great player.
Yeah.
But it didn't equate to a championship, and I know part of that has to do with the team around you. You gotta have a good team, but you got a career. You gotta figure it out, man. With the talent you got, figuring out how to get get the players you need.
I'm gonna let you finish. Which all 4? You say you got 4 things that make you a great player. I'm gonna let you.
I try to make it quick or whatever.
I'm gonna let you finish. And I'm gonna say which one I think are. Go ahead.
Okay, so championships is a must. You have to have a championship. If you don't got a championship on your resume, you know what I'm saying? Now, like LeBron got 4 championships, Jordan got 6. I don't think 4 to 6 is like a big enough difference to say just because of Jordan got 6, that's the end all be all. Don't think it is, but just looking at that category alone, Jordan got the edge. The second one to me is individual awards, individual accolades, achievements that you were able to tally up throughout your career.
Yeah,
so scoring titles is one of them.
Yeah.
Regular season MVP, All-Star MVP, Finals MVP. So the MVPs matter. Defensive selections, Defensive Player of the Year, the assist leader, rebounds leader, like all of those awards saying that in this season you were the very, very best at this thing. Whether it's scoring, defense, rebounds, assists, whatever. Like those records, I would even that. I mean, that's a little thing, but it adds to your overall achievements as a player. So as many of those as you could rack up, and if you compare player to player, one player got 6 MVPs, another player got 1. I mean, there was only one season where it was a consensus, the overall consensus that you were the greatest player that year in the entire league. You kind of got to favor the person that got the little bit more.
You got Steph Curry who got unanimous decisions.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. Even I don't think KD's is unanimous, but unanimous.
I think Curry was the only unanimous one.
Yeah, I think he
like
was.
that.
Yeah. So.
And he revolutionized the game. The game today is the way it is because of Curry a lot.
And he doesn't get a lot of credit too because he will split that. He will split the defense going to the lane and then you know what I mean. Come back. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, you wait for pass you and then go for the layup. So
The third category, I'm gonna say stats, just purely your all-time stats, whether it's stats per game or just overall how many were you able to accumulate, which is where longevity helps you out in that category. If you play longer, you're able to accumulate more points, more rebounds, more assists. That's to your credit. You know, it ain't nobody else's fault that they didn't play more or they couldn't play more. So if you played more, your record and your resume says that you were greater due to the fact that you were able to accumulate more stats. And then you know, you look at like a player like LeBron. LeBron go. He's already number one in points. He's not number one in assists and rebounds, but he's high up there to where he keep on playing. He damn near
top 10 in both.
He's for sure top 10. He probably might go top 5, might go top 3. I don't know, but he gonna be real close in like almost every statistical category.
What's the fourth?
The fourth one is one that nothing on paper can tell you.
Yeah.
It ain't the number of chips you got, the number of rings you got. It ain't the number of awards you were awarded.
It's your overall play and the way you come out there and play the game.
It's the intangibles. It's the eye test. Is when you look at this player, how good is this player on the court? How unstoppable is he? How much attention on defense does the other team have to put to this player to try to stop him? And there's some all-time great players in that category. They weren't able to get a championship. They might not have got many scoring titles.
Yeah.
But when you watch them play, they were phenomenal of a player. And there's a lot of players in that category.
Yeah.
I think I said this already, but I'm a big Melo fan. Melo was awesome of a player.
Yeah.
Never won a championship, but to me he's an all-time great. You know what I'm saying? I can't put him as greatest because in them other categories he's missing some stuff.
I want to say my 4 too. So I'm gonna agree with you on a few. Championships, absolutely, right? You gotta have championships to solidify your greatness, right? 2, I'm gonna say is a single player being able to completely change the dynamic of a team. A Michael Jordan can go anywhere and change the dynamic of that team. A LeBron James could go anywhere and make that a playoff championship contending team.
Yeah.
Kobe can go anywhere and make that a championship contending team. You know, I think that's one. Obviously, chips. You know, you got to be able to get there and figure it out and win those chips. The third one is the ability to, how should I say these days, be a dog. Sometimes you realize my guys aren't going. We're still in there. We're taking, we're struggling a little bit. We gotta fight a battle, and you know what? Listen, this is my turn. I gotta do this. You know what I mean? I gotta
the ability to take over the game,
bro. And I don't think too many more people were better at that than Kobe and LeBron, or not LeBron, Kobe and Jordan. Yeah. Kobe and Jordan.
I mean, LeBron, I think so too. He had moments where he came up short in big games, but
the interesting thing about Kobe, LeBron, and Jordan, none of them were excellent 3-point shooters. Like none of them were excellent 3-point shooters.
They weren't the best.
I think Kobe was a better 3-point shooter. I think Jordan was a better mid-range shooter, and I think LeBron like going through the hole and mid-range. I think later on in his career,
Jordan was up there too, but
Jordan would take it to the basket. But they weren't excellent 3-point shooters. They just found a way to just get it done.
They could make them, but they
get it done. You know,
they weren't the most efficient.
Yeah, and they always had guys around them that work. You know what I mean? They always had guys around them, especially LeBron. Even the first time in Cleveland, Jordan too, Kobe as well. You know, Derek Fisher was a pretty good 3-point shooter. You know what I mean? I think, and then the fourth one, it's kind of, I think, just like basketball is a very physical game, and it's mental too. So I think just being able to dominate and insert your strength and ability on the court. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So what I mean by that is like a Shaq.
Like a Shaq, yeah.
Guys are backing down from Shaq. Like they're not trying to block Shaq's shot.
Well, you would argue in that case, the bigger you are, the better you are.
Not really, because Shaq was terrible at free throws, but he was mean. He was mean, you know what I mean? Like he was mean. He didn't care, you know what I mean? He was mean on the court. I think that's important, and I think that makes you a good basketball player. And something else I want to touch back, kind of back to, like, LeBron has been to 10 finals. I actually personally think.
Has it only been 10?
It's probably been like 11.
It might be 11.
I think it's 11, bro. I think it's 11. I think it's 11 because he went with Cleveland that first year, lost against the Spurs. I think it's harder to get to the finals than it is to actually win the finals. And the reason why I say that is because
I'll give you that.
I feel like you're playing all the best teams. Not only that, but you know, everybody is win or go home. And when it's win or go home, you're back against the wall. You're you know, you watching film, you figuring out every way to beat this team. We've seen in the past more skilled teams get outplayed by guys who aren't as skilled, but they just get outplayed. You know what I mean? That's why teams like who has it together. That's why teams like Golden State, who you know they just have it mentally together. They know like, okay, this is the foundation of our team. Even the Bulls, 96 Bulls, 97 Bulls, 36 Bulls, like they figured it out and get it together. But I think it's really impressive to have been to 11 finals. I mean, and then not only that, but a lot of times you're leading your team in everything, almost every category. You know what I mean? I think that I would give him that over Jordan. You know what I mean? Jordan never lost a final.
In my opinion, there's been finals where LeBron's team lost and LeBron was still the best overall player on the court.
That should let you know that the supporting cast just didn't step up and do what they did. You know, we hear stories about Jordan. I actually watched some of The Last Dance, but you hear stories about Jordan pretty much threatening motherfuckers like, hey, you better make this shot. Like, if I throw you this shot, you know what I mean? I think Tony Kukoc actually made that joke, like, or not Tony Kukoc, Steve Kerr was like, you know, oh, I got to bail Michael out again. You know what I mean? But I think they wanted that play. I think Phil was saying he drew it up for Jordan, and Jordan knew that he wanted to give it to Kukoc because Kukoc was open and having a better shooting game that night. I think that was the conversation. I could be wrong, but that just shows to show you that the leadership that Jordan has and the fact that he knew like maybe I can't make this. Our better chances is with Steve. But yeah, championships, your ability to completely change the dynamic of a team, inserting your dominance, you know what I mean, and then being just consistently good over a long period of time, consistently good, and just working on your game, you know what I mean, just changing things different, you know what I mean. So,
well, let me break down real quick, like my top 5 greatest. Mm-hmm. I'll give my 5 favorite, and then we're gonna have to move on, just due to time or whatever. So one, I got Jordan. A very, very close second. It's LeBron. LeBron's career is very impressive. You know, like I said, by the end of it, because he's still playing, I might flip-flop and LeBron number 1, you know.
Let's say he win one more, like.
Then he number 1. You know what I'm saying?
He win one more, bro.
He already right, neck and neck with Jordan. So. Yeah. But, so 3, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You know, 6 championships. You look at all his personal stats and accolades. He was a phenomenal player, you know, very dominant for a considerable amount of time. Had longevity, you know. So Kareem number 3.
Big guy too, and big guys don't normally have longevity like that. He is a big dude.
Number 4 to me is Kobe. A lot of people don't put Kobe that high. A lot of people don't put him top 5. Some people barely got him top 10, which I don't understand.
I don't understand that either. I mean,
I don't understand. You look
he's definitely top 5. I mean, you got the Bill Russells and the Magics and I honestly, like, I'll let you finish, but I think like Larry Bird was a good player, but I think he was just a good player at his position. You know what I mean? In my position, you know, I think he was a good player at his position. He made a huge impact on you know, that fucking 70s, 80s Boston team. But I don't think he was like I don't even think he's like top 10 to be honest. So
yeah,
you know.
Well, what Larry?
Yeah. I don't think he's top 10.
I got him top 10, but I ain't gonna do my top 10 list at the moment. I'm gonna keep it at 5. But 4 is Kobe to me. Number 5 is Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson is just such a great player, such a phenomenal player.
Yeah.
And you think about how short of a career he really had.
And he got 5.
I think he had more
he
in
got
it.
5.
Huh?
He got 5.
Yeah.
He got 5. Yeah. He got 5. Yeah.
Like five rings. The only reason Kareem got one more than him is because Kareem won in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
But together, the two of them won together 5. And I think a lot of that had to do with Magic Johnson, honestly.
Hell yeah, bro. Magic made everybody around him better.
He was
and
so
then,
good.
like,
so
you know,
good.
he was so good. Oh, man, you think he's going for it? He passed it off. You know?
So 5 is Magic. Now, I'm going to say my 6th one and kind of leave it at that because the 6th one was the 5th one at a point in time.
Melo?
Nope. So to me, back when LeBron was still in Cleveland, and then he was making it to the finals but losing to the Warriors, and I thought his career might have been
nobody. Go ahead. Yeah. I was just adding he was with trash
guys. I mean he carried his team for sure.
He carried his team.
He dominated the East. He made it to the finals. He put up a good fight, but lost to a stacked team. A team that was like impossible.
That first game, JR should have put that shit back up. Mm-hmm. That could have just changed the momentum. But go ahead. You said
school bag game, by the way.
Oh shit.
But yeah, so you know, when LeBron was still in Cleveland, you know, he had 3 rings. I mean, still an impressive career, but I thought his career was maybe nearing the end, nearing retirement. He went on to the Lakers and then proved everybody wrong that hey, he still got some left in the tank, and went on and won a chip in LA. But back when he was with Cleveland, I originally thought LeBron's top 10. I didn't have him top 5. I had Wilt Chamberlain, that same list. If you was to take LeBron out, I had Kareem 2, Kobe 3, Magic 4, and I had Wilt Chamberlain 5.
That's not too long ago.
Yeah.
That's not too long
but
ago.
But LeBron has done so much more since I originally made my list.
Yeah.
And LeBron to me has not only made it top 5, but he number 2.
At the very least, number 2. Yeah.
And then my top 5 favorite players of all time: Iverson number 1. You know, when I was really getting into basketball, it was the early 2000s. You know, Iverson was the man. You know what I'm saying? And I personally think, pound for pound, if you factor in size and height and all that stuff, and the skill level of a player relative to the size, to me, Iverson the GOAT. Like pound for pound. But for sure, he's my favorite player. Had a ton of swag. You know what I'm saying? Had a huge influence and impact on the game at the time, and the culture surrounding basketball. Yeah, so he was my favorite player. Number 2 is Vince Carter. A lot of my favorite players are from them 2000s eras where I really became a fan of basketball. I was young at the time, but Vince Carter, when I seen him in the dunk contest wearing that Raptors jersey, like he was cold to me. Like I was a huge fan of Vince Carter. I really like T-Mac, but I'm gonna put Melo 3. So Melo, similarly to Iverson, had just a ton of swag. You know, he played the game his way. You know, and he was a dominant offensive player. Like, you know, really good all around skill, but but just dominant on the court offensively.
Man.
And I was just a huge fan of his game and him as a person. And so Melo was number 3 to me. Melo and LeBron came in same time. You know, you had D-Wade, Bosh, a lot of those really good players. But Melo was just my favorite.
Yeah, he won in college too with Syracuse.
Yeah.
He won Final Four.
Yeah.
He was the only one. So.
Then 4 for me is T-Mac. So same thing. T-Mac, I remember T-Mac shoes back when I was in high school. Like
I had both colors. And
yeah.
I went to see him when he played for the Magic, but I came to Milwaukee to see him.
Like everybody loved T-Mac, and he was he started in Toronto with his cousin with Vince. Went to the Magic, just blew up in popularity. He was a superstar, and he still had good years in Houston playing with the Rockets. So. T-Mac was an awesome player, and to me, he was a lot like Kobe. You know what I'm saying?
They had
very similar games, but to me, I thought T-Mac was better, and I liked him better.
I thought he was better too. I don't know if you remember the story of him telling real quick. The story of him telling about how him and Kobe played in Paris, and he thought that they were playing and Kobe was taking it serious.
Yeah. And
Kobe had won, but T-Mac said he was just playing around.
Oh,
and Kobe was like, "Nah, I won that game." And Mac was like, "Nah, man, we was playing." But that's how they, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think that was in Paris. I'm not sure what it was. Maybe 96 Olympics, maybe something like that.
I really think if T-Mac had the right situation, you know what I'm saying, the right players around him, or at least a strong co-star or whatever, I think T-Mac could have won the ship. He was just so awesome of a player. But
yeah.
And then 5, I gotta put Jordan.
Is your top favorite?
Yeah, because I'm a really really big Jordan fan, to be honest.
I mean, growing up in the 90s, man, we had no choice but to he was everywhere.
Jordan was he was inspirational, bro. Like, he was this, iconic figure. Like when you look at all of the greats from
swag,
the 90s period.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he was like what Michael Jackson was to the king of pop or whatever. Like, Jordan to me was that guy. So I'm a big Jordan fan. And even though I do like Kobe, Kobe to me was just like a Jordan clone almost in a way, you know what I'm saying?
He admitted that even Jordan was like, well, Kobe could probably beat me because he steals my own moves. You know what I mean? Like, he loved doing that turnaround fadeaway. You know what I mean? He loved, he didn't really stick his tongue out like Jordan, but you could tell the way that he played. He just felt like you can't guard me, nigga. You know what I mean? Like coming in dunking on people, like, yeah.
All right, so moving on. What's your second question? We supposed to be doing 3 apiece, but we'll see where this goes. I don't want the episode to be too longer than an hour, but
where we at right now?
We at 48 minutes.
48 minutes. All right, I want to take a shot, but we're relaxed. So let me see my notes.
I might cut a thing or 2 out. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, shit. In that case, maybe I should take a shot. And then, you know what I'm saying, to get my juices flowing. My second question was, how many more seasons do we think LeBron James can play?
Good question, because I've thought about this a few times.
If you just seen him coming through the lane making that, like, the windmill dunk at 40 years old.
Man, the left hand.
Bro, that is crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, he said in the interview, I think it was after practice, that he felt like he can play at a high level for another, I think he said like 4 years. And I believe maybe 1 or 2, 3, 4 years, bro, is just crazy.
Is the question how long could he play or how long will he play? Because could and would is 2 different. You know what I mean?
The question is, how long could he play and still average 23 points a game? You know what I mean?
Okay.
How long can he play and still be effective? I'm not talking about a Udonis Haslem like he's 40 on the team.
Right,
what
just
to do.
sitting on the
I'm
bench.
talking about as a starter.
Yeah.
Like, he
as a starter.
You know what I mean? Not only is
putting
he
up
starting,
good numbers.
Yeah, and then I hear too. I'm not sure if it's a rumor, but like, they'll throw him lobs, and I think somebody said it might have been Austin Reeves. I forget, man, but they were like, sometimes I don't want to throw him lobs because shit, he 40. You know what I mean? But LeBron, he walk him in it like he's walking in the
throw that up.
Like throw that up. I'm gonna go get it. You know what I mean?
Get it with the left hand.
Yeah, like so.
Yeah.
The question is, I think this for the viewers and this for us. I mean, how much longer do you think he can be effective?
How long can he be effective? So it's crazy, but assuming no injuries, no major injury, and playing like the way he looks currently,
bro, he's so fit. Like
it's hard to, and he keeps his body like in great health.
They say $1 million a year he spends on his.
It's hard to imagine he gonna have a huge drop off anytime soon. He not going like next year the numbers just drop below 20 a game, and he ain't able to put up over 5 rebounds, 5 assists. You know what I'm saying? So he probably could keep six rebounds and assists, close to 25 points a game or above.
Mm-hmm.
I think he can do it for like another 4 or 5 years.
I think 2 just guaranteed. I think 2 guaranteed. He's still playing like he's been playing for the past 4 years.
Yeah.
I think he's still playing guaranteed.
2.
I mean, I think.
But this is what's crazy, bro. This same conversation, I had this like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Like how long he gonna last?
Yeah.
4 years later, he's still lasting.
He actually won a chip after that.
That's so it's like you gotta give him at least 4 more years.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's say 4 to 6, like, which sounds ridiculous because ain't he 40?
He's 40.
Ain't he 40? So
40.
So he gonna be about 45. You know what I'm saying?
I think 2 more years, bro. I think this next season he gonna play. I think he really wants to play with Bronny Jr., man. Like actually play. You know what I mean? Like Bronny be developed because Bronny's not as good as some of the rookies that are coming in. You know what I mean? There's a lot of guys that are better than him, but as a dad who wants to play with his son, I think he's gonna play for 2 more years for sure. And then I think he's gonna end it after 2 more years. I don't know. I think he has an idea. He's not gonna tell us.
He's a physical phenom.
Literally.
Like something we've never seen before physically. Like durability, and he's just so big and strong.
Yeah.
On top of the fact that he's skilled, his skills ain't diminished. And really what you would think is like, okay, he still got size and strength, he can still jump. Will his speed drop? Would that be the thing but he stays in such good shape that it's gotta be injuries. It's gotta be injuries that stop him from playing.
Yeah, because wear and tear don't seem to be wearing and tearing on him.
You know what I'm saying?
It don't seem to be.
His skill is gonna carry him, even if he slows down just this tiny little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
LeBron's gonna remain a physical specimen, man.
Yeah, I think as long as he's in it, I was gonna say as long as he's in the league. This wasn't part of the question. As long as he is in the league, he'll be the best player. But you do got players like KD, and you do got players like Steph. But right now, I'm looking at the young guys, bro. I'm looking at Ant. Like I feel like he's, I think he has a little bit more developing to do to be the best player. I'm looking at Ant. Ja, I mean, he's a superstar and he's big on highlights. He makes threes too and stuff like that. I like him, but if I had to say the best player in the league right now, I mean, you got Devin Booker too, but he has been kind of rocky. You know what I mean, lately. But he's a dog. You know what I mean? Man, right now, yeah, I'd have to say Ant, man. I have to say Anthony Edwards, man.
Wait. So you going on to the next question?
Kind of, not really. I was just thinking about. Stick on that one.
Well, I think we answered the LeBron question, right?
Yeah, that's why I was going.
Because there's no way we can really know for sure. But you saying at least two to three.
We're in 2025. I think
you giving them 2 to 3.
I'm giving him 2 for sure.
Okay.
I'm giving him. I mean, next year he's not retiring next year for sure. And I think after that he might think about it, but I think he's still gonna play.
But
2 for sure.
Two for sure.
Two for sure. I think two for sure.
But you ain't gonna say like four for sure. Cause I'm saying four.
I think he could. I think he might not just want to.
Cause that's the thing. I think he might leave after two.
That's what I'm saying.
He might leave after two and don't play, not because his stats drop.
Yeah.
So then it's still an unknown question. Like we really don't know.
Yeah. I honestly think 2 years though. I think 2 years. I think he'll give Ronnie a chance to have some stats with his son. Maybe they win a playoff game together, do something that nobody's ever done.
He might play with the other son, Bryce or something.
Bryce actually seems way better than Bronny, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Bryce is nasty, bro. Like he's nice. He's nice. So yeah.
All right. So look. Let me see what my next question is. So my next question. We might not do the last question, but again, I'm going off of my last pod. I was talking about my playoff predictions, so I want to get your thoughts on the two teams that you think would make it into the finals. Team from the East, team from the West, and if you can predict which team you think would win the championship. So this next championship, who you think it'll be?
Well, as a Bucks fan, I want to see them do well, and I think that they can get there. We just gotta, we got a lot of figuring out to do. So right now, I'm gonna say Boston.
You gonna say Boston? Okay.
It's coming out the East, man. They're just
defending champs. They good.
They're just
you don't give Cleveland a chance.
I give them a chance, but
But you think Boston's higher?
I give them a chance. I mean, I think they might. I'm pretty sure they'll make it to the second round. They might even end up in the Eastern Conference Finals. You know what I mean? They're playing good. And they got some good players too. So I give them a chance, but I just don't think. I think Boston is finding a way to figure it out. Going there and losing against the they know what it's like to go and lose. They know what it's like to go and win. They know how to win games. Their coach is very. He knows how to put his pieces together and play who to play. I think if we don't figure it out in Milwaukee, I think it's going to be them.
Okay.
Now, as far as the West, the Lakers aren't playing bad. They're playing good. Dallas is playing pretty decent. I already told you about the move I don't like.
With the Timberwolves.
The Timberwolves.
Yeah.
I feel like
I think their record this year is proving it.
Yeah, it is. I think they're
they've been struggling as a team.
I don't know. I think they're under 500, but I think they're like
right around, give or take a game or something. But
yeah. So I thought they were there, but honestly, like the West, man. I mean, I think it might be Dallas again, man.
You think Dallas will make it again?
I do. I mean, I think
that's not a bad prediction.
Clay, I think I always loved Clay, bro, but sometimes he can be inconsistent, and then sometimes he gonna get your ass 28 points. You know what I mean?
I think they improved as a team.
Yeah, I think they improved. Yeah,
I think adding Clay
PJ Washington is nice too. Corner three, he knocking them down, and I like his intensity that it brings to the game.
Yep.
You gotta have somebody on your team that's like, yo, back the fuck up off my player. Back up off my player. You know what I'm saying? Get up out of here, flex it.
Yeah,
you know
I like PJ. For the Mavs.
Yeah. I like to see them get one more piece, man. But
because as good as the Thunder are this year, and they were good last year, they was the number 1 seed. The Mavs beat them out in the playoffs.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So regular season record don't really mean nothing.
That's why I said
you gotta still prove it when it comes down to it in the playoffs.
And that's the thing. You get in the playoffs, you know who you playing for the next 7 games, possibly 4 games at least. You gotta figure out a way to beat them. Even if you gotta be on some Draymond Green shit and get in their face and man, hey man, you a dog, man, get out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta figure out a way to beat that team. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think OKC has all the right. They had talent. Like they're talented. And they win games. They nice. They young. I don't see them beating a Dallas though.
But you think they'll get shaky come playoff time? Like
I don't think they'll get shaky. I think that they.
That team.
And I'm gonna say this. I think it's coaching. I think they won't.
Coaching will make a difference.
I think their coaching won't figure it out. I think the players. You let them play and stuff like that. But
so you think the Mavs got the better coaching?
I like Jason Kidd over there, but I think not only do I think they got the better coaching, but I mean the different weapons, the way that they play. I think Kyrie and Luka, they play very selflessly, and they both just want to go out there and play basketball and win games, right? And then same with Clay, you know what I mean? PJ Washington, a few other guys they got over there. I think it might be a repeat, man. But if it's not, I think it'll be the Lakers and the Lakers in Boston.
Okay.
I think it'll be the Lakers in Boston, bro. I think they'll figure out a way to win. I think they have LeBron, who's like a player/coach.
You think the Lakers can get it done?
I think they can get it done, bro. I think they can get it done. Obviously, Phoenix was beat up last year.
But you picking Mavs #1 over them?
If you, all right, who I want to see play is Milwaukee.
Okay.
And Dallas.
You want to see Milwaukee and Dallas? Okay.
Who do I think? Like I said, if we don't figure it out after this damn break,
Boston
I think it's either Boston and LA or Boston and Dallas.
If you gotta pick one, you gotta pick a team. You riding with Dallas, or you think LA is their year?
I think LA.
Think LA? Okay.
I just.
So you agreeing with me?
I hope they get it. I just don't know if they can get it done. I don't know if they can get it done.
I think some of the odds are against them for sure.
For sure. There's a lot of the young guys out there.
But
they gotta slow down again.
I just have faith that LeBron, and there's enough talent around him that LeBron will get the maximum out of them. Their game plan and their preparation for teams on how to stop him. LeBron been there so many times. He's basically the best coach in the league and one of the best players.
Yeah, I think
Anthony Davis, if he steps up and is consistent every game, he's one of the best players, one of the best big men.
28, 10, and 10 for sure.
And then LeBron just needs enough guys that can shoot the ball, play aggressively, to help out on defense. Just help defense.
I mean, to help defense, Austin Reeves, he's gonna do some offense. Rui, he's gonna make some shots. They just picked up somebody too. Who did they bring in? What's that young guy they picked up? I think they brought him up from the G League. I could be wrong.
I don't even know. Yeah, but you know, Dalton Connect, they got him.
Yeah.
Like he's solid. He's solid.
Oh yeah, they got him. They traded him for D'Angelo, right?
Dalton.
Yeah.
He was drafted. He a rookie, but he's
that's the light skinned guy. No. That's the white dude. That's the white dude. Yeah, LeBron had been saying. LeBron was like, "Nah, Ben told y'all about him."
They call him Connect Four.
Connect Four, yeah. The Dalton. Yeah. Who'd they get for D'Angelo Russell?
D'Lo.
Yeah,
they just recently traded him.
They traded him to Boston, or not Boston, but Brooklyn, and they got.
They got Schroeder.
No, Schroeder. He's over. He used to play for the Lakers, but now he's over there too.
I thought they got him back. I don't know what the current trade is.
They didn't get it back. No, they didn't get it back. Okay. But he went to. They traded D'Angelo Russell for that one solid dude for Boston. Not Boston. I keep saying Boston.
We're gonna have to look it up because otherwise we just quote stuff we don't even know. Yeah. But yeah. So your prediction is pretty much in line with mine.
Man, listen, my prediction is, and this is set in the final. Man, I hate counting Milwaukee out, bro. Like I hate counting.
You have to go with what are the most likely odds. So you can't look at it from a fan perspective. You gotta look at it from
Boston and LA.
Boston, LA, and then
who
do you think will win?
Not the Clippers.
If Boston and LA play each other in the finals,
I think LA would have a lot of. I think LA would have to play phenomenal because Boston is just too good, and I think they win again.
Yep. That's my exact same prediction.
They're just too good. You got Drew snatching balls out of people's hands. You got Jalen coming behind snatching people. Not Jalen, but
and they gonna be going all out. the motivation of Boston.
It's not
They gonna play harder versus
it's,
LA versus than any other team.
It's the confidence of Boston. Like they know, like they just know, like even when they lost against, because like everybody was saying they were gonna beat Golden State. Even when they lost against Golden State, like you could just tell by the demeanor. Like Jason Tatum was like, we gonna be back here. We gonna be back here. Jaylen Brown said the same thing. Like we gonna be back here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're going to be back here. I think if Miami wasn't having all the problems they have too, I think they would be, because they didn't play 2 finals in the past 5 years. They lost against LA and then they lost against Denver, right? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like they
didn't made it. They didn't made it a couple times.
And they always sneak in, but I just don't think they got enough.
And I think Jimmy Butler's gonna be on one this year, bro.
He always do the same shit, bro. I think he wants out actually.
Yeah, but even if he doesn't get traded, because Miami one of them teams where they're gonna like, man, if this we'll let you walk.
Pat Riley's like, nah, your ass better get this play.
He kind of old school, little gangster with it, you know. He's like, man, F this. And Jimmy on the same thing. He the player version of Pat basically. So he's like, man, F this. I'm finna do me, and I'm gonna show you. And that's a dangerous Jimmy. It's a dangerous Jimmy, man.
Played against us to keep catching out of bounds, layups, falling, man.
I'm a big fan of Jimmy Butler, honestly. To be honest,
and I didn't like the play that Bud had played. Like, no, get Brooke out there in front of the rim, get Giannis in front of the rim. You guys threw an out of bounds pass to Jimmy, and he let him sneak game. You know, I don't know, but yeah, those are my predictions.
Okay.
Next, we should actually talk about next week's topic or next cast topic. What do you want to do?
The next what?
The next topic.
Next topic.
Let's try and do something else. Maybe we got it decide if you want to, but let's try and do I don't want to do too much college.
You want to talk All Stars?
No, I want to actually talk live with the game.
Oh, you want to do like a live breakdown of the game?
Kind of like
commentating. We can't play the game, but so it'll have to be us just commentating.
You can bring up the game and bring up one side and bring up the other side. And
no. I'm saying like for copyright reason you can't.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't just play the game.
Oh yeah.
You might could show like some clips and this and that or whatever. You could do a little bit, but we would have to do just a commentary while the game's playing. But you want to do that?
I think that'd be kind of cool.
But let's go ahead and close this episode because we already over an hour.
Okay.
This has been fun talking, man. Just chilling, but
yeah, and we talk like this often too, man. Just about all type of things other than basketball too. Just different things in life. So
I definitely appreciate having you with me, man, on the podcast.
Yeah.
This is the first official episode that we've been able to do together.
Yep.
And this will continue to grow over time. We're gonna be a little more organized. Have fun topics talking about current events going on in the NBA. More future prediction type stuff. Breaking down as it gets closer to the playoffs.
Yeah.
The future draft, stuff like that.
Yeah. I think Mike's on board too. Leave a comment if there's in the comments if there's something you guys want to hear us talk about or something you guys want a topic you guys want to discuss. Leave it in a comment. Let us know. And then we'll look through the comments and see what people want to discuss, and we'll discuss it and maybe respond to some of the comments. And again, my name is Dominique. Underscore just Neek at Instagram. I don't have Facebook. I don't really do anything more than Instagram. This is, like I said, my buddy's. He is the founder of Northridge Sports. And he kind of brought me into it, so I'm just kind of like a co-host for now. Might get a co-founder later on. Get some sponsors. I'm joking, but But yeah, so this is what we do. We just like to do it and see where it goes. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah, we having fun with it, and we just want to see where this grows from here. So any feedback is appreciated, and obviously keep it constructive, respectful, whatever. But if there's anything people would like to see, have us change, whatever, we'll work on it and try to make improvements for future episodes. So this has been a fun one. Dom, Mike, out. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace.